Ijeoma Agu. Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. So let's start with your story. How did you get into acting?
For me, it was a deliberate decision to do this. So after I was done with school, same day I was done with school, I came back to Lagos and I started auditions the next day, and that was how I started.
Where was school?
School was in Nnamdi University in Anambra State.
And you came to Lagos and auditions?
Yes.
Okay. What were the results of the auditions?
The first audition I had was for a TV soap. Instead, they drafted me into doing a show like this where you interview actors and actresses. I was the resource person as well as the director of that show. It was called Box Office, where we interviewed actors and actresses. And I did that for a couple of months. I'm like, no, I want to act. So I went back and I started auditioning. The first audition I did was for Fidelis Duca for a soap called El Dorado. And I was picked to play a secretary or something. And that was how I started. Basically, yes.
So what did you study in school?
I read biochemistry. I know.
Because when you said it was planned, it was ordained, it was expected, I would have thought you would say theatre arts.
Yes. You know how it is. Your first position in class all through, and everybody thinks you're going to read medicine and surgery. And I was on the scholarship, and they insisted I must be a science course. So, but left to me, I would have done theatre arts in school.
And they would have gotten something for their efforts.
Well, yes, yes. As you can see,
biochemistry is not exactly.
It was torture reading that. Trust
Was
me.
there a bond when you got the scholarship?
Oh no, there wasn't. My secondary school, if you continuously take first position, you're entitled to a scholarship to university. So that was
From the state or
from the school.
From the school.
Yes, from the school.
Okay, and you were not bound,
No, I wasn't, but they wanted it to toe the line of science. Yes.
So maybe you could come back and teach science in the school.
Oh no, oh no, not for me.
So
Okay.
they had a restriction that you had to study science.
Yes. I remember my physics teacher actually cleaning out theatre as I had filled on my jam form and then put medicine and surgery, and I'm like, oh no. But I had to do that.
Okay, so after that first audition, what followed?
Series and countless auditions. Sometimes you're picked, sometimes you're not, sometimes you're not even given the time of day to audition. It was torture, but I loved to do this. I came to do this, so I was ready. I knew all of that was going to happen, so I was ready for it.
So El Dorado came along.
And then countless other soaps. And then I did a movie with DV Works. It was called Abubaku. It wasn't for commercial release.
Okay.
It was for African Magic and some select film festivals. It was shot on celluloid. After that, I did an opera with some writers from London. It was called Vision. And then after that, I did a couple of other movies. And on, and then I teamed up with a theater group. They do shows every other Sunday at Terra Culture, and I did that for another 3 years, and then I went back again to doing auditions. It's not been easy, but trust me.
Tell us about the Hollywood part.
Oh yes, that part. I had an audition somewhere at Yaba, and I said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna. I don't like auditions at Yaba." But a friend of mine, had written my name, so I had to go.
What do you have against Yaba?
Nothing. Sorry, it was just the understanding we had then that nothing good ever came out of that. I'm sorry. It wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't. And I auditioned for the part, and that was it. 6 months after, I get a call. Oh, you Ijeoma Agu, and the person was speaking funny, and I was wondering where are these people from. They said, could you come to so and so place? We need to talk to you. And then I get there. It was a hotel, and it was scary. So I went with some friends. Yes, it was a hotel and suites, and I got there, and I saw this bunch of whites. People with a black man in the midst, and he introduced himself as the owner of the picture we're about to shoot, and played my part at the audition, and like, okay, we want you to do this role. Are you game? And of course, yes, I was game. especially after reading the script and after being told how much I'll be paid, and and then after being told I take hotel and suites for like 2 months of shoot, and it was a beautiful experience for me, getting to learn so much both on screen and behind the scenes about acting. You know, it's an experience.
What was that movie called?
It was called I Know. Yes. Presently touring the world at film festivals, not yet ready for
When was it
release.
shot?
In 2010, middle of the year 2010. Yes.
So we're going to see that at
very
cinemas in
soon.
Nigeria
Yes,
soon.
very soon. I hope they're interested in the Nigerian market to do that. After that, I shot another film called Hoodrush. Hoodrush also, I had to audition for the part, and when I got it and I was told, oh, you have to sing, I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. Afterwards, we shot that. That was another beautiful experience for me.
Part of it?
It was not easy. I come from a family that sings, but it was not easy singing that particular part. It was filled with so much emotions. But I'm glad I was able to do
What
that.
kind of lines, lyrics?
It was a love song for my boyfriend, who I was trying to encourage. I was trying to bolster his spirits. You know, look, you have to forget about all that has happened and look to the future. It's called I Believe in You, and it's premiered here in Nigeria. It's currently in the cinemas. It's called Hoodrush. Yes, a beautiful film, I must tell you.
So the song, can you give us a few lines?
I believe in you, boy. I believe in you, boy. And on and on and on.
So you're believing in him.
Yes,
Okay,
I did
move
believe
on.
in him. Yeah.
Okay.
So a Chronicles of Heroines.
Yes. That was a grant I got from the Theatre Royal Stratford East in the UK to develop an original project. They were looking for 30 Nigerians, 15 living here in Nigeria and 15 living in the UK, to submit projects that they wanted to do, which they would fund with a £3,000 grant. So I was amongst those. Unfortunately, they couldn't find 15 here in Nigeria. We're just 6 that made it from Nigeria. So I titled my project A Chronicle of Heroines from Nigerian Plays, where I brought out monologues of different heroines from our playwrights here in Nigeria to couple them together to tell the story of the Nigerian woman. So it's a one-man show. It's a play with just one person acting all of the characters. I debuted that on the 17th of November to rave reviews, and it was a good one as well, because I never
few lines, because the one person I do remember very vividly was good at doing a one-man show like that is Funsho Alabi of blessed memory, because he was amazing. Even Richard Mofe Damajo
and Joke Silva as well. Yes.
So give us a few lines from there, because that's usually something that is a special art to be able to engage the audience consistently for quite some time. Yes.
Okay, I'll give you a line from Odosun. Odosun is a play. It's a character from Femi Agbe's The King Must Dance Naked. And in this scene, Fred Agbe. So, in this scene, she has sacrificed one of her child, and the other, which was a girl, but she had dressed him up as a male, was supposed to be the king. And the chief priest is saying, oh, it can't be done, it's not done, there's so many things going on, the tumors in the whole community, we cannot crown a king. And she goes to him and says, it's not done. You sacrificed my child, it's not done. You told the people that I was responsible for their misery. Now I'm telling you that what must not be done and what must be allowed to happen is to stop the rightful prince from becoming king. Speak to your oracle. Ask him that if there's any reason why my son cannot be king, he should let me know. If he's hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him water to drink. And if he doggedly refuses to talk, tell him that silence means consent. Throw his booty at him and come back here to the coronation. Or else, take your life. This is the moment that I have been waiting for. My time.
Wow.
Thank you. Oh my God. I didn't know I was supposed to do.
Well, that is fantastic.
No wonder you got all those roles.
Oh, yeah.
Right, what's the next target? We got to go now. What's the next target?
Oh, so many things in the pipeline. I just signed on for a film. I can't talk about it yet, but it's a big budget movie, and I'm so honored to be playing. Yes, Nigerian.
Happening
yes,
here?
Oh, it's happening here. Everything done, crew by Nigerians, written by a Nigerian, and acted by a Nigerian. So that would start shooting in the first quarter of the year. But before then, I'm touring with this one-man show. Because as well as the grant, as well as the grant, I was approached by investors to tour with it. So that's what we're working on.
Where can we watch a Chronicle of Heroines?
You have to come to the UK to watch it.
It's not showing here.
It has shown here. I wanted to do it first in my country. So
Stratford,
yes,
Festival
Stratford,
Hall,
yes, at the Stratford Theatre,
okay.
in the UK, yes.
All right, awesome. That's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully in the new year, Alera, we're going to London. We'll go to Stratford.
Yes.
You never know.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we've been speaking with Ijeoma Agu. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.